We partnered up with the kind people over... Hey everyone, it's been a while, and as you can tell, we are in a different location yet again. Unfortunately, recently, we had a fire in the maker shed. Nothing severe happened, however, the weather is turning cold, and I was running a kerosene heater, and I could not get it to extinguish, and it kind of smoked me out of the shed. It was a very uncomfortable process. However, I am safe, I was not injured, I did not have anybody else out in the shed, and I was able to safely get the heater outside. Dump a 5-gallon bucket of water on it, and I'm never using it again. However, that does present a problem. You see, it's November, and that means here in Ohio, things are going to start getting really cold really quick.
Winter is coming.
To the point where I'm also starting to have issues with my printers running outside in the temperatures for the shed. Even PLA prints are starting to struggle. So we're going to be figuring out some alternative filming locations and kind of the best course of action on how we're going to do projects for the foreseeable future. So as of right now, we're filming in a spare room at cameraman/editor Beau's house, and it's warm in here. But it's not why we're here. We're here today because we are going to talk about Christmas. It's November, so that means it's time for Christmas season. And if you ask some of the people that I know, it was time for Christmas season about 6 months ago. Personally, I'm a tree up day after Thanksgiving kind of person. How about yourself? Let me know in the comments below. When do you put your Christmas tree up? But in all seriousness, we're here to talk about the kiddos who might not get Christmas. Every year, for one reason or another, there are millions of kids who don't get to enjoy Christmas. And that's just not fair. I mean, I remember growing up, it was one of my favorite holidays. I loved to get new toys, new electronics, all sorts of things like that. But there are millions of kids who don't get to share that same experience that I did and that you might have. So one of the absolute most generous people in all of 3D printing said, we can't stand for that. And that person is Loyal Moses. So you may have heard the name thrown around online. Loyal Moses happens to run one of the absolute biggest and most fun 3D printing Twitch streams there is. And 3 years ago, Loyal decided that he wanted to do something about spreading Christmas cheer to the kids who need some Christmas cheer, and started a community print drive. Now, this community print drive is not affiliated with Toys for Tots or anything like that. Basically, the entire premise and the idea is Loyal looks to the community, those of us in the 3D printing and maker space of the world. He looks to us for help. You see, this is the 3rd year that Loyal Moses has ran the community print drive, and I think it's a really awesome idea. Basically, the entire idea is every year, Loyal and his family pick a theme. This year's theme is nautical pirates. Last year was space, and the very first year of the print drive was barnyard and barnyard animals. And all of the models for the projects actually are sourced from us, those of us in the 3D printing community. He looks to the people who watch his show and even beyond to help create these really awesome little toys and knickknacks for kids to be able to really use their imagination on Christmas morning. And it's a wonderful thing because he doesn't ask for anything at all in return. Loyal and his family essentially turned their house into an Amazon distribution center in the weeks leading up to Christmas. And we've already started printing for this year's toy drive. Loyal's already starting to receive orders, and the community at large is printing as many toys as possible, with the intent of burying Loyal under mountains of 3D printed toys. Personally, I'm really excited. Last year I wanted to participate, but I got a case of the gunnas. I'm gonna start today. I'm gonna start today. I'm gonna start tomorrow, and then before I knew it, it was January 1st and I didn't get to participate. So this year, to make up for my case of the gunnas, I am going absolutely all out. Every single 3D printer that I own is currently in operation, whether it's at my house or off-site. I've recruited my 3 best friends, Nate, Nick, and cameraman Beau, so that way we have even more printers running. I would say between the 4 of us, we probably have in the neighborhood of 9 to 12 printers that are able to run. And it got me to thinking, I don't have enough filament, and I don't necessarily want my friends to have to buy the filament when I'm asking them to do something that I need some help with. So I reached out to some friends. You see, I'm working on a video right now about up-and-coming filament manufacturers, so I've been talking with the amazing people over at NuMakers. They are a filament company that started in 2020, and they have some pretty awesome filament products. And one of my favorite things they do is they have bulk discounts. In addition to the fact that I reached out to them, and as soon as I told them what we were up to, they were super stoked to jump on board, and in fact, I believe are going to print some parts themselves. I had to order some filament. I wanted to put my money where my mouth was. Yes, they're sending me free filament. However, I had to buy some. You see, to be able to spread as much Christmas cheer as possible, my team here at Rem Thompson's Maker Shed and the very kind folks over at NuMakers, you see, we partnered up to make sure that we could print as many toys as possible. And between myself and the kind individuals that I've recruited to help me out, we're gonna be in the ballpark of 15 to 25 kilos of filament going to Loyal's house. And I really want to bury that man in 3D printed toys. But let's take a look at what I've got here. I wanted to test some filament for myself. I didn't want to recommend a product to you that I haven't tried and couldn't personally endorse, so I bought 10 kilos. I'm still waiting for the package from NuMakers, but I wanted to get started printing right away. I am incredibly excited about their color variety. This might be one of my favorite blues that I have ever seen. It is such a deep, beautiful royal blue color. And their gold is popping on the spool. I'm super excited to see how this looks once we print some coins and gold bars with it. And I think cameraman Beau is gonna steal it from me because he has really been bitten by the holiday spirit bug. Now, ultimately, while this video is not sponsored, I do genuinely believe in recommending products that I like. And I started printing with the first spool of NuMakers I bought very recently, and oh my gosh, is it freaking amazing. The stuff is printing like butter. Their pricing is competitive, and buying 10 kilos was actually cheaper for me than buying 9. If you get on their website, they actually have discounts based off of how many spools of filament you buy. Between these 10 and the 3 to 4 spools that we've already gone through for printing toys, and the ones that are on the way, I think that we're going to be able to make a lot of kids really happy. You might be asking yourself, if you want to help out with Christmas, why don't you just adopt a family or participate in Toys for Tots? Well, I kind of agree with you, stay local, right? But here was my thought process. After doing some math, these 10 spools of filament cost right around $143 to have them shipped to my front door. For that price, you figure if you want to buy some decent toys, you're looking minimum $10 a piece. I haven't been down the toy aisle for anything other than collectible action figures in a while. So I don't really know what I'd be shopping for, but I do know that 1 kilogram of filament is going to go a lot further and be able to make toys for several kids. And realistically, they're going to have the same amount of fun. They're going to be perhaps more grateful than the kid who opens up an action figure, because what Loyal's doing is he and his family are physically touching every single print that comes off of everyone who's participating in this drive's print bed. They are inspecting them, they are testing them to make sure that they are safe, and they are also heat treating them. So they're not like baking them to temper them in an oven, but he is taking a quick pass with the torch to melt off any strings and to serve as a quick disinfectant. The amount of effort that Loyal and his family are putting into this is just truly outstanding. Honestly, I'm kind of at a loss for words. I'm just really grateful that this is an open event for the community to be able to be a part of. And when I asked my friends if they wanted to participate, they all jumped at the opportunity. And they were even more excited when they found out that I was paying the filament bill. In addition to the intense amount of scrutiny that Loyal's putting every model that we send to him through, there is an approval process. For the few weeks leading up to the beginning of November, Loyal was requesting that toy submissions be sent to him via email. He wanted to actually test each and every single model that was going to be a part of the print drive himself, because he wants to make sure they are durable, safe, and they're fun. There are a few other requirements like print time and material usage. The overall main things were safety and durability, to make sure that these kids can enjoy these toys for a long time without posing any risk to themselves. So he was actually going over feedback on the models live on his Twitch stream, which is live Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at twitch.tv/LoyalMoses. That'll be linked in the description below. And while reviewing the models, he was actually giving feedback live, and any change that needed to be made to fit the safety parameters or durability parameters, he was asking the model makers to make. As of the moment, they're all available on a collection on printables.com. In the description for this video, I'm going to have links for Loyal's Twitch stream, so you can check it out and see what's going on. The print drive website, where if you want to participate and you want to make toys or donate to help pay shipping costs, because Loyal and his family are footing the shipping bill or help provide shipping materials, what have you. I will have the website link so you can participate in helping. So I want to say thank you to my friends, Beau, Nick, Nathan, Calix, for helping me and kind of printing under the RTMS umbrella. I want to thank Loyal Moses for putting this together so that way we as a 3D printing community can put our melted plastic machines to good use. I also want to thank NuMakers because when I asked for help, they didn't hesitate. They asked me how much filament I needed. I think that's pretty cool. Thanks for hanging out. Let's giddy on up and spread some Christmas cheer.